What's up, groovy babes? My name is Biz, and this is a special 420 episode of The Tomato Show. More like the tomato plant show, if you know what I mean. Haha. So, smoke 'em if you got 'em, pop a squat, grab a drink. I got my tea right here. Let's go, people. As always, first and foremost, I'd like to give gratitude. I am so happy and grateful that I've never been pinched for a plant. I am so happy and grateful for cool summer breezes, because that hardly ever happens down here, and sunny days, because it happens all the time here. I am so happy and grateful for all my subscribers, comments, likes, shares, Cadillac donations, and Etsy sales, and coffee, and sunglasses, and pipes. Pipes abound. Okay, time for the 420 meditation of the day, brothers. Burn it if you got 'em. Roll it up. Light it up. Oh. Smoke it up. Inhale. Exhale. Yeah. So how is everybody feeling today? It's kind of weird how 420 happens to be on a Monday this year. I was also born on a Monday morning. Ugh. That says my whole life right there. I was just born on Monday morning. Happy 420. Did I mention that? Like nobody gives a shit anymore. Nobody gives a shit anymore. In current events, who cares? It's 420. You know, back in my day, we used to plan for a month for 420 because we could never get our hands on some good crap in Illinois. You know, when it was still illegal and all that stuff. Yeah. Not much going on today. Duh. Let's get to the daily burn. The daily burn is the things I like. Song of the day, movie of the day. Boy, do we have a list today. It is 420, y'all. Happy effing 420. Just saying. I'm making up for all the years I missed. So, songs of the day, because we have a list. Oh, yes, we do. First on the list, Because I Got High by Afroman. Then we have Bowl for Two by The Expendables. That one's for you, Mom. Hits from the Bong by Cypress Hill. And every song they ever made. Two Joints by Sublime. Weed with Willie by Toby Keith. Who doesn't love that one? That's hilarious. Reefer Man by Cab Calloway. Gotta love the oldies but the goodies. Up in Smoke by Cheech and Chong. That album was wrapped in a giant paper that you could actually smoke. And my dad said that he had one and tried to roll a whole ass joint like that. So, there you go. Don't Bogart That Joint by Little Feat. I Got Five on It by Loonies. I Get Lifted by Casey and the Sunshine Band. Oh, yes. The Joker by the Steve Miller Band. Because I am a midnight smoker. And last but not least, Roll Me Up and Smoke Me When I Die by Willie Nelson, which is in John's will, I believe. All right, how do you like that list? Absolutely wonderful. There was like 50,000 more I could have mentioned, but we'll wait until next year. So, movies of the day. Our 420 movies of the day start off with Half Baked, of course. Then we have Jay and Silent Bob. We have Cheech and Chong, just about every damn movie that they made. We're the Millers, that's a hilarious one. Friday and next Friday and the Friday after next and next week's Friday or whatever it is. The Fridays. Pineapple Express, stupid but funny anyway. Harold and Kumar, because who doesn't love a story about the search for some good munchies? High School, as in high school with Snoop Dogg. Dazed and Confused, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, because let's face it, there's more than just green out there. Super Bad, because that is super funny. And Grandma's Boy is a really good 420 movie, believe it or not. And for our honorable mention goes to the 1936 documentary funded by the DuPont Chemical Company, Reefer Madness. I watched that like 10 years ago and I thought it was a comedy. It's not a satirical comedy at all. They actually made that. You gotta watch Reefer Madness. I'm pretty sure it's on one of these streaming platforms or whatever. But yeah, it was funded by the DuPont Chemical Company to push the illegalization of cannabis because hemp was putting a damper on their lumber business and their newly developed textile called nylon. In 1937, the Marijuana Act effectively criminalized weed federally, and then we couldn't even have hemp anymore. So, thank you, DuPont, you fucking fucks. And now guess who's probably growing half of the fucking green nowadays? Just saying. Our stupid law of the day. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's not till next section. Okay. Aha. I might have hit this one too many times before filming. Don't care. Oh, I don't want that. You know what I mean? Okay, our herb of the day. Guess what? You're never going to guess what our herb of the day is. Our herb of the day is cannabis, y'all. Cannabis indica, cannabis sativa, and whatever kind of things go with it. Okay, so cannabis is our herb of the day. We have some nicknames for that. Doja, Green, Trees, Mary Jane, Ganja, Mota, Devil's Lettuce, Dank, Shrubs, or my favorite, the Sweet Sweet Sheba. So, cannabis is actually full of vitamins and minerals. A lot of you use cannabis or hemp seed oil stuff like lotions and shampoos and conditioners, and it's hemp seed oil is a good base oil. Anyway, so cannabis contains vitamin E, K, and C, and it also has magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, iron, and calcium. So it's a dark leafy green that is really good for you. Excellent in a salad. So you might have heard a couple of these things. You might be an expert that I am not of. So terpenes, terpenes, terpenes are responsible for the aroma and flavor. So they are the skunkiness that has anti-inflammatory and analgesic properties. Okay, so it has a purpose. Flavonoids are the pigments that are antioxidant and anti-inflammatory as well. So it is as healthy as spinach, people. Cannabis is as healthy as spinach. Okay, the seeds are packed with omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, which are proteins, and play an important role in brain function, immunity, health, and heart health. So there's that. The world's strongest strain so far, Godfather OG. I've had my fair share. It is delicious. Godfather OG at 34% THC. Chiquita Banana is next down the line at 33% THC. The world's longest joint was rolled in Massachusetts in 2017. It was 100 foot long. It had 2.2 pounds of the shredded shrubs. It took 40 people to roll the doobie with 2,195 square feet of papers. So I hope they did. I hope they rolled with raws because raws are pretty good. So I wonder how that did because I got trouble rolling one. I cheat with a dollar bill. If you haven't seen my video, I teach you how to roll a smudging joint. Okay, show and tell. I gotta show you this. This is Gandalf. He is my party pipe that I bought up in Georgia. And I smuggled back into Florida. And yeah, he's good. You can't smoke him like a normal pipe though. You gotta it's kind of a little bit of a waste, but it's definitely it packs a punch, let me tell you. So this is Gandalf. Another show and tell that I have. Where'd it go? Okay, so I went to a few music festivals one year with an ex piece of shit a long time ago, and I met this girl. She was tripping her balls off, and she gave me a rock. And it's just a regular old rock. Nothing special to it, just a black, igneous, hard rock. No special shape or anything. She handed it to me and she said, "Here, I want you to have my turtle." Okay, and I was looking at it. She goes, "I know it doesn't look like a turtle, but that's what I thought of when I picked it up. So this is my turtle." What was her name? Goober? I think they called her Goober. Anyway, I don't know. So I thought it was, she was adorable. And I don't know, I kept it. I kept her turtle. And I'll never forget my first time at a music festival and the chick that gave me a turtle. So, strangeness abound in the festy world. All right. How you doing? Is it too boring yet? Don't worry about it, because we're gonna get to some ketchup farts. All right. Ketchup farts, the stupid and strange, and my lord, you've got to be high. You have got to be high for some of these. Okay, so again, smoke them if you got them. Okay. My first is stupid name of the day. And I am going to say stupid. Because, good lord, you've got to be high. You've got to be high and stupid. Listen. Because neither parents knew how to spell Jamie. Jammy is what their child's name is. Jammy instead of Jamie. How high do you have to be to not know how to spell Jamie? You don't know. So that's our stupid name of the day. I just want you to soak that up for a minute. Both parents were too stupid to figure out how to spell Jamie, or too dumb to ask Google, or too dumb to ask a nurse. Whatever. Okay, so Jamie, I'm sorry that your parents are dumb. Stupid town name. We have two. We have a 2-pack today. Again, you have got to be fucking high to name your town Slick Poo, Idaho, or Toad Suck, Arkansas. You've got to be high. Our collection of the day. Again, you've got to be high to be collecting eulogy cards. Then again, I had a few friends die of drugs and alcohol and shit like that. So being a high person collecting eulogy cards. You hang out with the people that you're like, yeah, I can see that. All right. So anyway, yeah, you probably have to be high or old. Annoying thing of the day: tasting a surprise seed in my joint. That always sucked. That was always annoying. And yeah, okay. Stupid law of the day. Yeah, we all know the stupid law of the day. We have a funny quote. Comes from Dave Barry. I have no idea who that is. Oh, one of the Barry brothers? I don't know. Anyway, it says never take a laxative and a sleeping pill in the same night. Because you have got to be high. Forget that. All right. Are you sitting down? So it's time for the sauce. We got to get to it. And you got to be high to listen to some of this stuff sometimes. So smoke them while you got them. Pop a squat. Grab a drink. Grab a coffee. Do what you're doing. And we are on to the next page. Okay. Jammy. That's all right. I knew a bitch that named her child Blaze. You know, like Blaze. Yeah. Whatever. All right. First question. A little invasive here. How was your very first kiss? How was it? You expect me to remember? I'm pretty sure it sucked. I don't remember. I remember my first boyfriend. He kissed really good. But how was my very first kiss? I don't know. Probably really shitty. Obviously, it was unmemorable. Fucking weird. Okay. What age would you not want to live past? 5? But I'm kind of late for that. What age would you not want to live past? Well, that's a broad question. That depends on a lot of different things. I don't know. I think 99 is a ripe old age. What celebrity do you think got carried away with plastic surgery? Let's start with Mickey Rourke. And I want to like have a funeral for his old face. He was hot. He had the cheekbones and the jawline. He was fucking man. He was, and he had like feminine jawline, which is really, he just, it was all that he had it all. And he fucked it up so bad. Um, a lot of celebrities got carried away with plastic surgery. The fucking list is too long. You kidding me? Oh, let's go with Kathy Griffin. Come on now. Are you afraid to get old? We already know you were afraid to be ugly, but you got uglier with your plastic surgery. You were fine. You were fine. You should have left it alone. You should have totally left it alone. You were fine. I promise. Because you're not you anymore. Now you're half plastic. And if you were going by way of Joan Rivers, you ain't gonna make it. You just ain't gonna make it. Because at least Joan Rivers made the stuff look halfway decent. Okay? Who else? Anyway, all of them. If you could hire any wedding singer, who would you choose and what song? It would have to be Adam Sandler. Duh. I would totally want him to sing the song that he wrote. What's his face? Oh, what's her face on the airplane? Sing it on the airplane. I'm cheesy like that. Who else? I could choose to hire any wedding singer. I don't know. Well, I don't know any wedding singer. I don't know any singers at all. Do I? I don't know. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. Adam Sandler. A blue leisure suit and everything. I want it. I want the whole package. All right. Um, what age do you think is too young to get married? 22. I don't think anybody should get married until they're older than 22. Not like legally or whatever, but if you're going to be smart about something, yeah, you need to live a few years outside of high school in the real world before you decide to make any stupid decisions. I like the misspelling here. What one thing do you think all successful leaders have in common? I'm pretty sure they can spell. What what's one thing you think all successful leaders have in common? Their ability to lie to people. Sniffing each other's butts. I don't know. So far, all this stuff consists of like baby oil and butt fucking, so I don't know. That's about it. What do you think all successful leaders have in common? Casting couch. Have you ever donated blood? If so, do you do it regularly? I have donated blood, and no, I don't do it regularly. Do you have a birthmark? If so, where? I do. I have a birthmark at the base of my skull, on the back of my neck. And I don't know. My dad told me one time it kind of looks like a little bit of shape of the Florida with Lake Okeechobee in the middle or something like that. I don't know. But yes, I have one on the back of my neck. You can't really see it unless I move the hair out of the way because I have dark hair. I've never seen it. Just saying. It's on the back of my head. Do you prefer watching a movie at home or in a theater? Well, yeah, at home. Because theaters are really loud. And I'm not into loud noises. I'm I can hear electricity buzzing in the lights right now. So my ears are kind of sensitive, especially to high pitched loud noises. Certain metal music I can't listen to because the fucking guitar just sounds like children screaming. I don't like the sound of children singing either. No, I prefer watching at home, especially now that screens are much larger and flat, and sound bars are pretty awesome now. Are you much of a gambler? Uh, well, yeah, I gamble every day. I walk around public without a diaper on, and it's a gamble every now and then. Sometimes a cough, a sneeze, or a laugh can lead to a pee, so every day is a gamble. Do you believe confession is good for the soul? Well, I'm not Catholic, and I believe telling the truth versus a lie is good for the soul, but definitely not good for societal reasons. Definitely not good for court. Confession. No, what I believe is good for the soul is step one. Admit there's a problem. And then what's good for the soul is that every time you want to do one of these, every time you point your finger, you got three pointing back to you. So before you do this, you need to do this, this, and this. Like, if you have a problem with somebody, and say it like that, I have a problem with blah, blah, blah. Well, the problem is the first word in that sentence is you. Because if you didn't exist, you wouldn't have a problem. So I start there. No, just admitting you have a problem. It's like the people that can't admit they're wrong or can't admit that the other person is right. Oh, this is closed-minded people too. Staunch believes that they're the only ones that are right and they know everything and blah 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 and ego the size of fucking Texas. No, sweetie, you are a speck in the universe and you don't mean anything really. You need to get your ego down a little bit. Uh, no. Confession isn't good for the soul. Well, confession to yourself, I should say. Once you recognize your own damn problems, you can stop being a miserable bitch. Yeah, step one. Okay. If you could own one famous original work of art, what piece would it be? I'd like to go to my dirty mind and say Michelangelo's David, but I've seen that piece and it's kind of small, to be honest with you. Hmm. If I could own one famous original art, I really don't know. Oh, I took art class. This is going to take a minute. Smoke them if you got them. Just give me a second. Oh, you know what? I don't know what it's called, but the old man and the old woman farmer standing in front of their farm. Who did that? Manet? No. Munch? I don't know. Anyway, because I don't remember anything, but I do remember that painting. And they look rather cantankerous, but content at the same time. I don't know. I just always thought it was kind of a weird one. Is that the same guy that did Whistler's Mother? I swear it was Munch. I don't know. I'm retarded. I can say that because I am. Okay. Do you sometimes spend money you don't have or live above your means? Yeah, when I have to. I mean, I have a credit card for emergencies. Most of the time, I don't like to spend anything on my credit card that I don't already have on my bank in my bank. Live above my means? Yeah, I do. I mean, I have air conditioner. That's not necessary for life. We have a refrigerator. That's not really necessary for preserving food. We have electricity. Again, not necessary for life. So yes, I live above my means. By the way, the poorest people in this country still live better than the kings did a few hundred years ago. Think about that for a second. Kings didn't have indoor plumbing. And everything back then smelled like urine because everybody just peed anywhere. Okay, do you have a specific disease that runs in your family that worries you? Well, yes. like whatever deformations this deviated septum and 3 kidneys made. I also have hip dysplasia. It's not really a disease, but it does run in the family. Does it worry me? No, because I'm not going to spread it to another generation. So, no, I'm not worried at all. I can deal with what I've got. And last question. As a kid, were you ever frightened of a monster under the bed? And what did it look like? No, I was never frightened of a monster under the bed. I was kind of sketchy of the closet in my room, in my 4 by 7 foot room, utility closet thing. Um, so the closet was kind of sketchy. It kind of sketched me out. I just saw shadows and I knew it wasn't anything. I was a very logically minded child. Like in movies and stuff, I know it's fake. So no matter what movie it is, no matter how gross it was, no matter what they show on it, it's like it's not real and it has nothing to do with my life. Like it's not scary if I know it's not real, kind of thing. So I knew the shadows in the closet were just shadows of the clothes or whatever in there. So I'm fucked up in the brain. In order to get over that fear, I would actually get in the closet and sleep in the closet sometimes. If I was in the closet, then I knew the shadow wouldn't be freaking me out and I could actually get to sleep. But no, no monsters under the bed. However, there were spiders everywhere because we lived in an old trailer in a shadowy valley of a trailer park in the woods. And I woke up with spider bites everywhere, especially like under the armpits and in the crotch region. I got spider bites, and it didn't bother me so much that they'd get me when I was sleeping because I was sleeping. I couldn't see it. I really didn't care. Right? It's just seeing them that freaked me out. Again, with mom's fucking arachnophobia, just freaking me the fuck out for no reason. But it was the space in between the fang marks. Because you know the size of the spider if you can see how far apart the fang marks are. Yeah, that's a big motherfucking spider that was biting me down there, and thank God I was asleep when it was doing it. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. And then I saw one day, and it was like the size of the palm of my hand, and I was frozen, and for like a minute, that was five freaking minutes, frozen, staring at it at a pile of junk on my floor. And I'm like, oh my God, if I move, it's just gonna, and if I talk, it's gonna, no, no. If I didn't sleep for days after that. No, nope, that was terrible. What was the question? Oh well, fuck that. All right, guys. I hope you smoked enough for that one. I'm pretty sure I did not. That's all right. Our final thought for the day. I didn't have one because it's 420. Who wants to think today? I don't. Yeah, used to be a big thing back then. 420. Everybody got your. What are you doing for 420? 420 is 420 tomorrow. 420. Now nobody cares. Back in my day, when you got seeds in your bag, it was a pain in the ass. A waste of money. Nowadays, you get a seed in your bag, it's a bonus. Of course, back in my day, they'd chip a fucking brick off some Mexican red hair that's been smushed and shipped in a hot container. Oh my God. Back in my day, we didn't have grinders. We had to have a little jar and a tiny little pair of scissors. Oh, yeah, that's it. I'm done. You guys good? I hope you had a good episode. I did. I hope so. Hope I get more than 3 views this week. All right. Kitchen is closed. We're all out of to-go cups. Don't forget to take the cardboard circle off of the pizza before you put it in the oven, Ms. Garcia. Just saying. Okay, y'all. Love you. Bye.